welcome back to Congo Travels. My name is Tanya and we are all about travel, business, lifestyle and everything in between. So today I thought I would do a sit down video and take you through my vision board process, how I go about putting it together, and this is actually the second year I'm doing it, like, let's say, more seriously, because I've always been pretty much a visual person. I daydream a lot, and I sort of project myself to wherever it is that I want to be. I see myself being there before I actually even sort of make it happen. I don't know if that's making any sense, but last year was, say, my first ever serious vision board, with an actual visual idea of like the different goals I set for myself. So I just thought I would first, before we get into the actual process for this year, I just thought I wanted to take you through last year for me. For me, a visual board is really just a visual representation of where you want your year to go to, how you want to end your year, or what you would like to achieve. And a few of the I would say the lessons, or what I've learned, is that it's just that, it's a picture frame and a bunch of pictures. There's no magical element to it. So, and with that, it means that none of it works unless you do. So yes, when you put your vision board together, you are, I say, calm, and you in a sort of good place, a positive place, and you are sort of hopeful and optimistic for this amazing year that's beginning. So you I think at that point you're at a certain high, and you that's actually the best place to be, if you want to put together your vision board. So you set out to I don't know, heal the world, save the world, achieve these financial goals, and so on. And you go on and put them in either writing or pictures or scriptures or bits and pieces of newspapers or your own writing, and you frame them or put them into a place that you get to see often, so that it sort of triggers and takes you back to that moment of positivity and sense of sort of anything is possible. Your vision board should at the very least be a sort of best case scenario, but with that said, you still need to have a game plan, some sort of a roadmap in making that happen. Because if you want, one of my goals was to reach 5,000 followers on Instagram, and it's not just seeing it that pasted somewhere that it would sort of make it happen. No, I still needed to show my face on Instagram and work on my content, be consistent about it, and so on. So for me, it's whatever it is that you choose to put on your vision board, you still need to on a regular basis, I don't know what's the right frequency, be it weekly, monthly, have that sort of checkpoint or moment where you sit and question yourself on how exactly are you going to make this particular goal happen. Who is going to help you make it happen? What are the tools, or the I don't know, how do you sort of grow yourself from a skill point of view to actually make that happen? So really design yourself some sort of a roadmap or game plan in making said dream happen. Otherwise, it will you know, it's good at the beginning, but towards the end of the year it might just be a reminder of what did not happen. And another thing also for me, a big, you know, lesson is that it needs to be realistic, which, you know, might be quite the opposite of, like, you know, you're in such a high, all positive, and you're going to, you know, change the world. But with that said, it still needs to be within what is possible or achievable, you know, to you. Yes, obviously you want that dream that scares you, but if you really can, if you can't, you know, you can get with what I'm trying to say is that it still needs to be realistic. You know, you know yourself, you know what's at your disposal from resources point of view or anything. So really, what is achievable to you, but in a way that would still stretch you or challenge you, you know, to grow, you know. With that said, let's get into it. So for me, this year, first of all, my previous year's vision board, not everything materialized. So I still have quite a few goals that I want to see past this year. So I will retain a few of the elements from last year. I'm actually quite happy that I would say about 80% of it has happened or are within, you know, have sort of started and sort of concluding, you know, in this year. So it's amazing. I wouldn't, you know, again say, oh, it's all about the vision board. No, work was put into it. So again, I cannot stress that enough. So how I usually get to do it, same thing as last year. I would typically have a notebook, and in the notebook I would sort of write down my goals. You know, what I do is I separate them in different categories. This year, you know, not to make this video too long, I started that part already. So I've got sort of financial goals, professional or career goals. I've got my own sort of personal and spiritual goals, and then I have this, I don't know if it's a goal, but I called it sort of passion projects. It's like where I turn sort of past hobbies into realities, or sort of go crazy in like dreaming. Okay, so it's like these four categories. I think this year, like I gave it a word, is growth. I just want to see growth, you know, be it financially, professionally, relationship wise, or personally. I just want to be in a good mental place, mental state by the end of this year. I want to be in a good place financially. I want to, you know, however I see growth, I don't necessarily put a number to it, but I see growth as progress. So I want to, you know, come the end of this year, when I look back at whatever it is that I've achieved or done or not done, I want to be able to say why. I want to be okay with that, and whatever I go through, I want to do so in grace and in trusting that this is my journey, you know, really taking it slow, nothing too crazy, right? And just be grateful about it. So apart from your notebook, you will need, I suppose, a pen to write it down, and my computer. What I would typically do is get on Google, Pinterest, and try to map whatever the goals are to a specific picture or image, either that I've saved on my phone or already on my computer, or I just browse, you know, the internet to try and pull. And I've got a printer down there that I'm gonna print it out and start placing it on my picture frame. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So let's get started. Hello and welcome to the next day. First of all, you don't need 2 days to do this. It's like a 1 day thing, but I'm gonna tell you what happened to me yesterday. I got about my business, selected the photos and everything, and then as I was about to print, I realized that I've got a new laptop which does not sync to my old printer. Something about the software is not being available on my new computer, so I had to go get a new a new printer. And I also had some plans with the kids, so I was like on the clock, so I had to stop it there and then get a printer. So today we can continue. So I got the time to print everything. I actually didn't mention it. It's not only photos. I also do like write, either it's quotes or things that just pop me up, like things I want to keep telling myself, you go girl, you the boss, things like that. Anything really. It could even be scripture that I also sort of write out and print from like a Word document. So I've got everything printed out. I've got about 9 pages to go. So now I'm going to just start cutting them up and putting them in my picture frame, and I'm repurposing the frame from last year, and also some of the goals that I still want to implement this year from last year also are going to stay on. So if you watched the previous video, you might recognize some of them. So yeah, let's get started.
Why you wanna run away? Why you gotta be afraid? I wish I could make you stay, cause baby I love you. Why you tryna break us up when I'm tryna build it up? I wish I could make you stop, cause baby I love you. Guess I'm gonna dance alone tonight. I'm gonna miss your body. You know I can never get it right without you, no. I don't wanna step into the light if I don't get you, shawty. You bring out the sweetness of my life, oh yeah. Come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good.
I'm done with my vision board, and it looks something like this, which obviously is a, like I said earlier, it's a visual representation of what I would like to achieve this year. Okay, each of these photos mean something to me. Each of these sort of phrases and words also mean something to me, and I plan to keep it here in my studio because I spend quite a lot of time here, so I can always sort of reflect and sort of go back to my game plan or change it or improve it or anything like that, because again, nothing works unless you do. So just a quick roundup, because I think contrary to last year, this year I would like maybe all of you to be my accountability partner in making this happen for myself. Okay, so I've got here a check that I've written to my company for $5 million, which is what we would like to raise. And that's just a photo of me laughing, and it's written joy. That's what I'm about and what I like to bring everywhere I go. And I would like to reach 10,000 followers on Instagram and 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now, if this is not faith, I don't know, cause I'm like miles away from this. It's quite the challenge. Yeah, I've got me a game plan, and maybe you can check in with me, or maybe you can help me, like share this, talk to somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who's got 10,000 brothers and sisters to follow me. Okay. All right, so I've got here love and hope, and I've got someone in a sort of graduation gown, because I would like to go back to school. Nothing too long, like a few, like a certificate and something. Okay, and this is a photo of the campus I would like to attend. It's in the US. I can't share too much right now, but hopefully it happens. Okay, and then I've got this phrase written, what's the intention? It's something that I've sort of picked up from Oprah. Be more intentional about everything that I do. Anything that I sort of put my time into, or decides to do, I want to sit and ask myself, what is the intention? I want that intention to only be about growth, to be about change, to be about positivity, to be about improvement, to myself and others. So if that really doesn't serve any of that, I don't want to do it. So that's something that it sort of resonates very strongly with me. And I've got here Christ the Redeemer, and the Brazil flag here, because I've got to get myself to Brazil this year. Like this trip is actually, good for it. It's always been sorted and everything, but we've been trying to get to Brazil since like 2019, and it's just not happening. Like one day I will tell the full story about how it's taken me, like obviously with COVID, so long to actually make it happen. But I think the airline is at the last straw with me, and I have to do it. So hopefully it does happen this year. My trip to Brazil. And here we have a photo of Maboneng, which is a very sort of popular suburb here in downtown Johannesburg, and where I would like to finalize ownership on an apartment and perhaps get into Airbnb. And so I just keep it there. It's already sort of in motion, but a few hurdles, along the way, but hopefully it closes very soon. And I've got this picture, which is like a lounge. The decor is like very minimalistic, and that's sort of what I'm going to draw from when it comes to decluttering, which is a big thing for me this year. And even in the tone that I want to go with the apartment project, or in my own home, or anywhere I find myself, I would like to really cut down on a lot of things, and maybe get into more thrifting and all sort of things. So that's something that I want to get into this year. This right here is a couch. I don't know if you can see it there. It's called the Togo couch, and it's the single most beautiful couch I've ever seen in my life. Well, this one is a 2-seater, but please look it up. I mean, it's just the most beautiful thing. And yeah, I would like to own one, if like just to look at it. Anyway, it's like the type of decor I want to go for. So yeah, it's a big thing for me, and that's like the one asset. Is it an asset? Anyway, piece of furniture I would like to own. And there's the wellness wheel. If you're not familiar with the wellness wheel, like basically when you're talking about wellness, within the whole concept of wellness is these different aspects to it. So you have spiritual wellness, emotional wellness, there's obviously physical wellness, intellectual, social, and environmental wellness as well as professional wellness. So basically these are like different aspects of wellness that I would like to sort of attain this year. I just want to keep it, you know, fresh in my mind always. And I've got this hot body that's not mine, and I don't know, maybe one day it will be. Okay, first of all, this is an image that I just got off the internet, I think on Pinterest or something. I just was browsing and I'm like, oh my goodness, this lady's body is banging. And if I ever like look like this one day, I don't know if I'll bother with like clothes, but anyway, this my lady, if you're out there, yeah, you are it, right? So inspiration right there. I like, you know, when every time I eat a croissant, this is what I want to look at and feel bad about myself and stop eating the croissant, which is never going to happen. I'm in trouble. Anyway, and then I've got here a picture of a square in Mexico and a flag, obviously of Mexico, because I am going to Mexico this year. Okay, that's what is happening. It is happening. And what else? Yes, I've got this money bag here and I've handwritten some of the financial goals that I've got for myself, you know, in terms of how much I would like to have saved by the end of this year. Some of the goals pertaining to like share ownership or property ownership, and some of my other sort of business ventures. And I think last two, I would love to go to the Titicaca, is it a national park? Yeah, in SA. You know, I want to do a lot more sort of outdoorsy stuff with my family this year. Go do more glamping trips. So that's basically where I would like to start from. If I can make that happen, that would be amazing. And definitely, last week but not least, this lady here, like, she's such a boss. I don't know, like, again, some random photo that I picked up online, but you know, her demeanor, she's like, you know, this boss lady, whatever, commanding, you know, the attention in a room, so to speak. But if you look at her face, it's still soft, so she's still human, you know, and with, you know, flaws and insecurities and everything. So that's sort of, if I were to sort of summarize who I am as a leader, it's that I'm like freaked out most of the time, but I still bring it. That's basically what at least I believe I do. So yeah, like, I just want to carry on being like a, you know, this badass and deliver on my, you know, business goals, and as a leader sort of see my team grow, both professionally and as well as personally in their individual lives. So that's will be it. That's basically my vision board and the entire process. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have done a vision board before, I would love to hear from you. How was the process for you? What did you learn? What would you have done differently this year? Or if that's not part of your journey, totally, I respect that. And anything that you actually use, or any tools that you use in order to sort of set goals for the year, I'm also curious to learn from you. And yeah, so basically thank you for watching my video, and I will catch you next week. Please, if you like this video, don't forget to share and like and leave me a comment, and yeah, let's grow. Cheers.